Ladies and gentlemen, a very warm welcome to the Hougang Stadium here in sunny Singapore. Thank you for your company ahead of the Battle of the Big Cats. It's the Cheetahs against the Jaguars. It's Hougang United against Tanjong Pagar United. Plenty weighing on this game, and we do thank you for your company on this Saturday evening. I'm Ziaul Raushan, and I will keep you abreast of everything that is happening at Hougang Stadium over the next 2 hours. And as I mentioned earlier, a quick look at the table will tell us what is at stake for high-flying Hougang United today. With the top two, Albirex Niigata and the Lion City Sailors both cancelling each other out last night, the Cheetahs have the chance to close the gap at the top. A win here would move them 2 points off the league leaders Albirex and just 1 point off the Lion City Sailors. For Tanjong Pagar, they have the chance to heap the pressure on 5th and 6th place, Balestier and Geylang. Those two play each other tomorrow. As we continue our build-up to kick off here at the Hougang Stadium, let's check in with the coaches, Clement Teo from Hougang and Hasrin Jelani from Tanjong Pagar United.
This is Hougang's first competitive game in over 2 months. How beneficial has the break been for you guys?
Beneficial? No, I doubt so. I mean, it's too long a break. I mean, personally, it's going to be tough. I mean, we have lost the momentum, and naturally, we started doing a mini preseason all over again. Expectation of how we going to push forward, it remains to be seen.
You'll be without Kaishu and Maksat today. How much of a miss will they be, especially Maksat, who has been outstanding in defense so far this season?
Look, we have got a team of 25 players. Every single one of them is important. Yes, I mean, I'm not saying that Masak has not contributed. He has done very well. I mean, by the end of the day, football is not about a player. Football is about a team.
And we are expecting Izwan to make his debut today. What can the fans expect from him for the remainder of the season?
Hopefully clean sheets, more clean sheets. I mean, we like. I basically like what he has been doing. My goalkeeper have managed to push him, and he responded. I mean, everyone is happy for the team that we have him on board.
All right, all the best, Coach, for today.
Thank you.
Hey, Coach, what are your thoughts going into today's game?
It's very positive, definitely. Against Hougang, we want to play as good as we can. We hope that we can get the result today.
Do you think your squad has a slight edge over Hougang today in terms of match fitness, seeing that you guys already played last week?
Not really. I think Hougang did play a couple of friendly matches as well. I feel at this point of time, all the teams are equal. Yeah.
And lastly, Shaki has cleared his mandatory fitness test, but he's not in today's squad. Any reason why he's being left out?
Basically, we don't want to hurry Shaki at this point of time. He has not been training for almost a month. So he cleared his mandatory test today, and we feel that it's too early for him to come back. We look at it as a positive things going on for the club. We hope he can be playing the next game.
There we have it, confirmation from Hasrin Jelani. Shakir Hamza has passed the yo-yo test, but he is out of the lineup today. As a precaution, very shortly we will have team news with both teams missing key players. Today's game, of course, is coming to you live across Singtel, StarHub, the AIA Singapore Premier League Facebook page, and the One Play Sports Network. And we do have some fans in attendance as well, and when the game kicks off, I'm sure we can hear the fans in full voice cheering their teams on. And for those of you joining us from the comfort of your home, we do thank you for your company on this Saturday evening. The last time these two teams met, it was goals galore, and I had the privilege of being on comms for that one. That was all the way back in April, and it finished 3 goals apiece at Jurong East, with Hougang denying Tanjong Pagar right at the death. Tomoyuki Doi, who's the league's top scorer, bagged the brace on that day, and he has 14 goals thus far this season. Tanjong Pagar have a man in hot form themselves. Luis Junior has 6 goals, including 1 the last time out against the Young Lions. Tanjong Pagar, of course, playing catch-up in the league with just 1 win. The last time they played, they managed a 1-1 draw against the Young Lions last weekend, which of course was a rescheduled game. And after a 2-month break, the Singapore Premier League has resumed with match day 12. Yesterday, it was the big one between Albirex and the Lion City Sailors. Today, we are at the Hougang Stadium for the battle of the big cats between Hougang United and Tanjong Pagar United. And as you can see, kickoff is not far away as the pre-match pleasantries are finished. Both teams have been active during the season break, signing new players. One of them does make his debut. For Tanjong Pagar, though, they're in their away strip of blue and white, led by their captain, Farid Hamid, as well as behind him, goalkeeper Zarfan Rohaizat. There come the home team in their home strip of black and orange. Plenty of firepower in the Hougang United team. There are your match officials for the day, dressed in contrasting red today. With the players coming onto the pitch, it might give you an inkling of the team news. Let's first confirm who the match officials are. Referee for today is Jansen Fu. He'll be assisted by Shafiq Jufri and Chan Kwok Wai. The 4th official is Shakawi Buhari, and the match commissioner is Jimmy Cheong. You would have caught a glimpse of Hougang United's new signing. Izwan Mahbub does start. He is one of 4 changes for Hougang United. As we bring you the team news, starting with the home team. They, of course, are missing Kaishu and Maksat through injury. Before we have the team news, we have the coin toss. And it does look like Farid Hamid has won that one. Fabian Kwok, of course, was missing before the season took a break. And he's one of the welcome additions back into the Hougang lineup today, Captain Fabian Kwok. And as I have promised you, here comes the team news, starting with the home team, Hougang United. They have 4 changes since the last time they played in April, with 3 players coming back into the team. Lionel San, Fabian Kwok, and Gilberto Fortunato. But the big news is Izwan Mahbub is back in the lineup, having joined from the Thai side. Plenty of firepower in this Hougang United team, with Tomoyuki Doi leading the charts with 14 goals. As for the away team, Tanjong Pagar United, they make just 1 change from the team that drew 1-1 with the Young Lions. It's Anaki Ismit who's come in for Daniel Martins. Another welcome addition to the Tanjong Pagar United team is Khairul Amri. He missed the last game because of a fever. Thankfully, he's back and he starts on the bench today. There are key players missing for Tanjong Pagar as well. Naufal Ilham, Prakash Raj and Ridwan Muhammad. And as well as Hasrin Jelani told us earlier, Shakir Hamza is missing out as a precaution. There is your head coach for Tanjong Pagar United, Hasrin Jelani, assisted by the able Noor Alam Shah, who is right beside him. As for the home team, they've got plenty weighing on this. They are, of course, in a title tussle, and a win here would put them within touching distance of the top 2 in the Singapore Premier League. Captain Fabian Kwok is back in the lineup, and he's leading the team huddle. Gilberto Fortunato as well. Another man to look out for, Idraki Adnan. He scored in the 3-3 draw between these 2 teams the last time out. And he's had 4 goals altogether this season. In terms of who Hougang United are missing, Clemencio is missing the services of Kaishu Yamazaki, who has 5 assists this season. He does say his squad has enough players to deal with the absentees. That includes Maksat. And it'll be interesting to see how the team fare, especially as they look to close the gap at the top. And we're underway here at the Hougang Stadium. It's the home team, Hougang United, who kick us off. Straight away, Fabian Kwok looking for the man on the flank. And that's Lionel San, who's tussling for the ball. He, of course, also missed out through injury towards the end of the first half of the season. He's a welcome addition back. Idraki Adnan on the ball here, spotting a new hairstyle. Has shaven it all off by the look of things. He's had a very good season, Idraki Adnan. 4 goals and has looked lively and was rewarded with a national team call-up. Didn't feature for the national team. Nonetheless, would have been a great experience for the youngster. And it's Tanjong Pagar United who have won the first foul of the day. It's Ryo Nishiguchi who found himself on the deck. Ryo Nishiguchi as well has come to life this season with 4 goals and 1 assist, including 1 against today's opposition. As they look to attack from this set piece. Early set piece has been cleared away. Blake Rishuto, though, has gone down in the box. Referee says nothing. That's a wayward shot from Rushaidi Salime. Luis Junior keeps it in play, though. Luis Junior puts the ball in. Blake Rishuto couldn't find him. Ryo Nishiguchi. And the referee judges to have had a foul as Izwan Mahbub gets his first touch of the ball in his 3rd stint in the Singapore Premier League. There's your man, Ryo Nishiguchi. I think he's one of those players where the break in the season came at the wrong time, and he will be looking to pick up where he left off. Really came to life as the first half of the season drew to a close. The break, of course, has served well for Hougang United. They have welcomed some key players back from injury, as I alluded to earlier. Among them are Lionel San, Fabian Kwok, as well as the Brazilian Gilberto Fortunato. Amir Zailani is another player they signed during the break. Unfortunately, he misses out on today's match day squad. I'm sure we'll see plenty of him in the remaining games of the season. And it's Sahrin Sabrin who heads it out for a throw. Sahrin Sabrin, of course, has 3 assists, and that's quite astounding considering he plays in defense. Tanjong Pagar, though, have struggled for form very much this season. Quick look at the form guide suggests they've got 3 draws and 2 losses in the last 5, and just 1 win overall this season. It's Gilberto with the header on for Tomiyuki to chase. Zarfan Rohaizat with an early catch of the ball. Off his line quick. Dressed in the bright yellow. Easy to spot all the way from my commentary position. He's picked out Shorai Nishikawa, who looks to head it on. Delvinder Singh will tussle with Gilberto for this ball. And Delvinder does well to usher the ball out of play as Tanjong Pagar get us underway again with the throw-in. Delvinder Singh, one of the senior members of this Tanjong Pagar team. Started out at Tanjong Pagar before the team left the Singapore Premier League. He went on to find his way at various clubs before rejoining the team that gave him his big break in the big league, and has been a mainstay since Tanjong Pagar returned to the Singapore Premier League. Shorai Nishikawa to Blake Rishuto. Blake Rishuto, of course, is a league winner. He won the league with Brunei DPMM. Since then, the Bruneian team have stepped out of the Singapore Premier League owing to COVID-19. And he has rekindled his love affair with Singapore football by joining the Jaguars. Delvinder will look for the long ball forward. Referee says the ball went out of play and Hougang United have the throw in that Farhan Zulkifli will take. Speaking of firepower, Farhan Zulkifli has contributed 2 assists, with Hougang United scoring 30 goals in 11 games thus far. And as Coach Clementio alluded to in the pre-match interview, it's the clean sheets that have been hard to come by, and that's something he hopes that will be addressed with the signing of Izwan Mahmud. Here comes Gilberto with the half chance into a Tanjong Pagar player before Tanjong Pagar clear their lines. That's Fatullah Rahmat on the ball. All the way forward. It's Luis Junior. Switches the play. Just too far for Rio Nishiguchi. Tomoyuki Doi and Blake Rishuto too close for comfort as Doi hit the deck. Once again, it's Farhan Zulkifli with the throw. Gilberto off his chest. Shodai Nishikawa does well to clean things up. Blake Rishuto to Rio Nishiguchi. Farhan Zulkifli pestering him out of the ball. Idraki and Blake Rishuto with a coming together there. And it does stop for Hougang United to get us underway again. I was in attendance at the Lion City Sailors Albrechts game yesterday, and I must say the 2-month break did have an effect on proceedings, with both teams clearly looking to dust off the cobwebs. Tomoyuki Doi, though, a man with 14 goals. Does he have any cobwebs? Time will tell. Crowded out as he looks for his teammate. That's the ball in for Gilberto. Did Idraki prevent a goal kick? No, he didn't. That did go out of play. Idraki Adnan tried as he might, look to prevent the goal kick. Idraki Adnan is one of those players who's really caught the eye for Hougang United, who of course have started the season really well. 7 wins in 11 games and just 2 losses, the 2 other games being draws. They do find themselves 5 points behind Albrechts Nigaza with a game in hand. That game, of course, is today. If they win it, they go within 2 points of Albrechts. And that might set up a very interesting finish to the season with just 9 games left to play. Rushaidi will leave it for his teammate to take. It's Farid Samit, captain, to Fatullah. Launches a speculative ball forward, and Izwan Mahmud. Izwan Mahmud, of course, the first choice goalkeeper for the national team. And if you watched yesterday's game, Hassan Sani was showing his reflexes, so there's some tasty competition brewing on that front. And Izwan will be keen to show his prowess for Hougang, especially if they do mount a serious title charge. Here come Hougang United. Fabian Kwok has the ball. And he will look for a teammate in the middle. Gilberto to Tomoyuki Doi. Zarfan Rohaizat failed to gather the ball. Tomoyuki Doi had half a chance. And Doi is one of those players who needs only half a chance. This time, though, Tanjong Pagar are left off the hook. Gilberto looking for Doi in the middle. He couldn't find a clean connection, and Tanjong Pagar live to fight another day. As you can see, Tanjong Pagar are a big fan of playing it out of the back. Zarfan plays it short to Sabrin, who then picks out Farid Samit, who's lost possession, and this comes all the way through. Shodai Nishikawa has Idraki for company, and Shodai does the sensible thing of putting it out for a throw-in as he was under pressure. Farhan Zulkifli to Gilberto, looking for Idraki. The ball's still alive here. Idraki has Shodai for company. Looked like a handball, and the referee agrees as much. as Hougang United do have an opportunity to threaten through this set piece. It's Afiq Noor who stands over it. There is height to aim for in the Hougang United attack. Tomoyuki Doi, Gilberto Fortunato, as well as Lionel Tan. The centre-back, of course, has got 2 goals this season. As Afiq Noor will be eyeing one of his teammates as the ball comes in. A little too far as Anders looks to keep it in play. He hasn't done so, and that goes all the way out to a Tanjong Pagar United throw-in. The addition of Shakir Hamza to Tanjong Pagar United will add much experience to the back line that already features experienced campaigners such as Captain Farid Hamid. But Shakir Hamza, of course, plied his trade across the border, and owing to the pandemic, much like many players who've come back home, if memory serves me right, it's just Safwan Bakruddin who's plying his trade in Malaysia at the moment. We, of course, have seen national team captain Haris Harun leave JDT for the Lion City Sailors. And much like him, Shakir Hamza has come back home to join Tanjong Pagar United. Good news that he's passed the yo-yo test. And when I spoke to Noor Alam Shah pre-match, he did say they do not want to rush him back, and he's been kept out of today's matchday squad as a precaution, and is likely to feature in the Friday game against Geylang International. Here comes Tomoyuki Doi. Tomoyuki Doi has been a real good signing for Hougang United, who of course lost the services of Stipe Plazibat, but they've done well to replace him with Tomoyuki Doi, who had experience of the league, and he's taken like a duck to water to Hougang United with 14 goals, and not just that, he's got 5 assists, so really he is the live wire for the Cheetahs. As Sharin Sabrin gets us underway with the dead ball. Farid Hamid. Hougang United gather possession, and Gilberto Fortunato has possession of the ball, looking for the run of Tomoyuki Doi. Doesn't get it. Blake Rishuto all the way back to Delvinder Singh. Shodai Nishikawa straight away under pressure. As you can see, Hougang United are really pressing Tanjong Pagar every time they have possession of the ball. And I'm sure Shodai Nishikawa is fully aware of the job ahead. Coach Clementio did allude to it in the pre-match interview that the 2-month break has almost made it seem like it's a pre-season that they're planning for. They've had to work on fitness, especially with some of these players leaving for national team duty, affecting or hampering preparations. That man in your picture, Shodai Nishikawa, 2 goals, 1 assist. And one of those goals was against Hougang United in that 3-3 draw at the Jurong East Stadium. A real nifty player who's really looking to reinvent himself as a left back. I've seen him at left midfield a couple of times, but it does look like he gives you that attacking impetus while taking up that fullback position. It'll be interesting to see when Shakir Hamza comes into the play, if Shodai Nishikawa will remain in defense. Shakir, of course, is a player capable of playing in multiple positions across the back. Another early touch for Izwan Mahmoud to Lionel Tan, who picks out his teammate. They look to come down the flank. Fabian Kwok looking to return the ball. It did look offside from where I'm sitting, and the assistant referee has agreed. Flag is up. Naufal Azman, a judge to have been in an offside position. Of course, the fans have been welcomed back into the stadium for this round of fixtures. Unfortunately, owing to the pandemic, it's been cut from 250 to 100. At that, half a chance for Tanjong Pagar. Not the most difficult of saves for Izwan to make. As I walked into the stadium earlier, we did see Izwan in his pre-match routine. And I must say, he's done well to keep himself fit, despite being without a club for some time since leaving the Thai outfit. Here comes Farhan Zulkifli to Gilberto Fortunato. Idraki's given something to chase. A confusion there between Sharin and Zarfan. In the end, Sharin got the job done. Blake Rashuto a bit heavy-handed on Gilberto. And that's another set piece for Hougang United to challenge. Let's have another look. Yep, no ball, only player, as Gilberto hit the floor. And not much of an argument from Blake Rashuto. It's Idraki who's stepping over this ball. And in your picture there, you can see Lionel Tan, who will be one of the players they'll be aiming for. Plenty of height in this Hougang United team. Here comes Idraki with the delivery. Looking for the man at the front post. And it does look like Tomoyuki Doi got the last touch of that ball on that slightly wayward header as Zarfan gets us underway. Yes, it is a hot day, as you can see. Zarfan Raizat with a quick sip of water. We will have a water break about halfway through the first half. And the early stats tell us it's Hougang United thus far in the ascendancy with 3 shots. That's shot number 4, I think. Afiq Noor with the half chance with the shot on the turn into the grateful arms of Zarfan Raizat. On the touchline, it's Firdaus Kasman, who's in the technical area for Hougang United at the bottom of a picture. He's seemingly had a big part to play in Hougang United pushing at the top end of the table. Just to refresh your memory, before the season break, Hougang United got a very impressive 3-2 win over Tampines Rovers, which of course has given them a 2-point advantage over the Stags, having played 1 game less. And that was half a chance there. Delvinder Singh got the job done to clear the ball, as Tomoyuki Doi is really making a nuisance of himself in the box, as any good striker should. There you go, Tomoyuki Doi. Zarfan Raizat couldn't gather, and Delvinder Singh was taking no chances. It's Afiq Noor who stands over this set piece. 18 minutes played here at the Hougang Stadium. If you're just joining us, thank you for your company. It is match day 12 in the Singapore Premier League. And it's Hougang United against Tanjong Pagar United. Goalless thus far as the ball comes in. It's Lionel Tan who got the last touch on that. Nowhere close to goal as it goes out for a goal kick. Zarfan, clearly the busier of the 2 goalkeepers. And a quick look at the table suggests that this is the way most of the match might actually pan out, with Hougang United playing more in the Tanjong Pagar United half. They do have more firepower compared to the Jaguars. Anders Aplin with the header. Gilberto Fortunato gathers, lays it off to Idraki Adnan, who has Delvinder for company. He's done well to pick out Afiq Noor. Receives the reverse. Tomoyuki Doi under pressure from Farid Samit. And that's gone out for a Hougang United corner. Once again, Idraki with the ball in. Farid's kept Doi in check. That's gone out for a corner kick. I must say, Hougang United are piling on the pressure here, as Afiq Noor puts in another corner. Nothing has come of the set pieces thus far. And that almost found Gilberto. Sharin clears the ball for Tanjong Pagar. Rio Nishiguchi looking to pressure Farhan Zulkifli, who's done well. And it's Afiq Noor. And you can see Doi in your picture in space. Yes, that was offside, but again, they couldn't find the back of the net despite the flag going up. Tomoyuki Doi, try as he might. He disagrees with the decision. This angle does tell us, yeah, it was the correct decision. As a striker, I think you like to find the back of the net and then worry about the flag. Unfortunately, on those two fronts, Tomoyuki Doi got none of those. Flag went up, he didn't find the back of the net either. The Japanese marksman, of course, looking for goal number 15. He got 2 last time out against Tanjong Pagar United, including one right at the death that saved his team a point as they settled for a 3-all draw at the Jurong East Stadium. He's seen plenty of action so far, Tomoyuki Doi. No goals to show for it, though. Delvinder Singh, worried about the foul throw there. Looked all right. Shodai Nishikawa, Ryo Nishiguchi. Luis Junior has hit the deck. Nothing, says the referee. As Hougang United launch it long into Zarfan Rohaizat's grateful arms. This time though, Zarfan Rohaizat launches it long. Farhan Zulkifli has Ryo Nishiguchi for company. And Ryo Nishiguchi's done ever so well. Oh, Farhan Zulkifli recovered well. No, says the referee. As Ryo has earned a free kick for the Jaguars. The Jaguars, of course, had an early free kick. I think just 2 minutes was gone when they won a free kick in a similar sort of position. And they've won another in an attacking position that Rushaidi Salim will take. In your picture, Izwan Mahmoud will be vying for a clean sheet on his debut. Clean sheets have been hard to come by for Hougang United. In fact, the last time they kept a clean sheet, the Cheetahs, Hougang United, was against Balstic Khalsa all the way back on the 10th of April. Here comes Rushaidi Salim with the ball in. There's also plenty of height to aim for. Izwan with the punch away. Was there coming together of the players? No. Play on, says the ref, as Delvinder launches it long. That's good to see a spot of fair play as Delvinder puts the ball out. It is Idraki who looks to be in a bit of pain. Let's have another look at the challenge. Nothing malicious seemed to be a coming together between Fathullah and Idraki. Straight away, the physio is on. Izwan is on the scene as well to check in on, I guess you can say, his national teammate now. At the bottom of your picture, you can see Noor Alam Shah giving out instructions to Ryo Nishiguchi. Shodai Nishikawa. Hazrin Jalani joins the act as well. They, of course, are the brains trust of the Jaguar. Just one win since they returned to top flight football in Singapore. That came against the Young Lions. Since then, though, encouragingly, they've got 3 draws in their last 5 games. They need some wins, though, to move further up the table and apply some pressure against Geylang International and Balestier Khalsa. And as we alluded to earlier, it is the water break midway through the first half that's coincided with Idraki Adnan being in a spot of bother. Idraki does look to be in a lot of pain, and I can confirm that there is a stretcher going onto the pitch. Will Idraki be able to continue? We'll have confirmation of that soon, as the youngster hobbles off in what looks quite worrying. We had a similar sort of incident in yesterday's game when Adam Swandi succumbed to what looked like a hamstring injury. And it does look like there will be a change. Izwan Mahmoud confirming that there will be a change. It does look like Keyshawn Phillip has been called off the subs bench. I will have confirmation of that very soon. In the meantime, though, it does look like we'll get underway with 10 players for Hougang United. Here's another look at the incident. Seemed 50-50 as Idraki came off worse. We do wish Idraki a speedy recovery. And it does look like Keyshawn Phillip is the man summoned to replace Idraki Adnan. In the meantime, though, Hougang continue with 10 men against Tanjong Pagar, who for the moment have the man advantage. I'm sure Izwan Mahmoud won't be in a rush to take this as Keyshawn Phillip gets ready to come on. For now, though, they continue with 10 men as Izwan launches this long. Delvinda with the header. Shodai Nishikawa has gathered possession and does well to knock that ball off Gilberto. Confirmation then. There's an early change and forced change. Idraki Adnan is replaced by Keyshawn Phillip.
Substitution for Hougang United Football Club.
Shodai Nishikawa does ever so well to tussle with Farhan Zulkifli. Early touches the ball for Keyshawn. Launched away by Rio Nishiguchi. More than halfway through the first half and it remains goalless here at the Hougang Stadium. Hougang United, the team in the ascendancy. Tomoyuki Doi with a couple of half chances. And he looked to lay off a teammate there. Didn't come through as Sharin Sabrin clears the ball. Fatullah eventually clears the ball. Lionel Tan. To Naufal Azman. To Afiq Noor. Looking for the run of Keyshawn Phillip, who's just come on. Keyshawn Phillip has Shodai for company. And he's looking to beat Shodai. He's done well to pick out Afiq Noor, who's looking for Tomoyuki Doi. Couldn't find the pass. Afiq Noor has looked lively in the opening exchanges of the game. He's, of course, in charge of most of the set pieces for Hougang United, as well as in charge of pulling the strings in midfield. Zarfan Rahaizat launches this long. Rio Nishiguchi got a touch. That's gone out for Hougang United. Throw in. Farhan Zulkifli in possession of the ball. All the way forward from Sharin Sabrin. Anywhere will do, really. As I mentioned earlier, fans have been welcomed back to the stadiums. Instead of the 250 that was first announced, COVID restrictions means it's been reduced to just 100. Still, there are pockets of fans who are in attendance, and many more of you who are watching from the comfort of your home. We do thank you for your company on this Soccer Saturday in the Singapore Premier League. Match day 12 of 21. Just 9 more matches for most of these teams to finish the season with a flourish. The Singapore Cup, of course, has been cancelled once again owing to the pandemic, as well as the continental competition that is the AFC Cup, and that gives these teams a chance to fully focus on the league. Plenty at stake, with plenty of spots still up for grabs. We've seen certain teams run away with the title in previous seasons. It's not the case this year, with essentially 4 teams still in the hunt for the title, namely Albirex Niigata, Lion City Sailors, Hougang United and Tampines Rovers. Tampines Rovers, of course, are serving out their quarantine since returning from Tashkent after their AFC Champions League expedition. Soon enough, the Stags will be back in action. In the here and now, though, it remains goalless. 30 minutes played. between Hougang United and Tanjong Pagar United. Lionel Tan clears the ball to Fabian Kwok, who looked for a teammate, couldn't find a teammate, has gone out for a Tanjong Pagar United throw-in. Farid Samit. Fatula to Luis Junior, looking for Rio. Off his line is one, quick and comfortable, and he launches it forward for Tomyuki Doi, who misjudged the flight of the ball, and Sharon Sabrin completes the clearance. Blake Rishuto with the flick on, only as far as Afik Noor, who's done well to keep possession of the ball in the middle of the park. Anders lays it off to Afik. Back to Anders, who of course is in for the injured Maksat. One of those players who Clemencio said in the pre-match interview is important to what Hougang are trying to achieve. It's a game for the squad, not just 11 players. And Anders Applin has shown more than once this season that he's capable of coming in and filling the void. It is another set-piece opportunity for Hougang United, this time from the left. Left or right, there's only one man for the job. It looks like Afik Noor is again walking over, although he has Tomyuki Doi for company. It does look like Tomyuki Doi will be taking this set piece. In your picture there, Gilberto Fortunato and Lionel Tan. Two players with plenty of height. Two players who will pose a threat in the box for Hougang United. Here comes Tomyuki Doi. A low ball in, doesn't clear the first man. Not his best free kick, I'm sure, as it goes out for Hougang United. Nazrul Nazari on throw-in duty, all the way back to Izwan. That's an interesting ball that Zarfan Raizat has gathered, despite being in close company of Nazrul Nazari. There you have it. The shots on target stat tells us Hougang United have been the more dominant team. Just one clear-cut chance, if I recall, from Tomyuki Doi. Apart from that, it's been half chances mostly that have come through for Hougang. Tanjong Pagar themselves have had just one shot on target. Delvinder Shahrin Sabrin does ever so well in possession, and then looks for Rio Nishiguchi. Luis Junior on the ball. Fabian Kwok does well to gather Farhan Zulkifli. Lionel Tan launches it long to no one really, as Zarfan gathers. Sharon Sabrin on the ball here. If you can see at the back of your picture, there are fans who are behind the fences. Testament to the interest shown in the Singapore Premier League. It was the same scenes yesterday at the Jurong East Stadium as well. Of course, with the 100 pax capacity, not everyone is going to get a ticket. It is good to see fans brave, I guess, the weather conditions. It is very hot today, so for them to brave the sun and show the support to their team despite not having a seat. A long-range effort that Izwan gathers gratefully. It is important to remember that most of these teams have not been in action for 2 months. Of course, they had some pre-season friendlies, or mid-season friendlies, I do beg your pardon. But it's nothing like the grind of actual competition. So inevitably, it's been slow to get going this game. 34 minutes played. A similar story yesterday as well. And in the second half, that competition really came to life. Probably expecting the same here, as the long ball forward is gathered by Naufal Azman, who has Rushaidi for company. Fabian Kwok. Tomyuki Doi in the box, lays it off. Afik Noor with the chance, high and wide from Afik Noor. No trouble for Zarfan Rohaizat. Afik Noor has seen plenty of the ball in the first half. Let's have another look at the shot that he took first time. High and wide from Afik. as Zarfan Rahaizat gets us underway. Short pass to Shabrin, who then picks out Delvinda. Rio Nishiguchi has possession of the ball. That's gone through to Luis Junior. Lionel San and Luis Junior tussling for the ball. That was a 50-50, says the referee, as Lionel San does ever so well. Gilberto Fortunato has space in front of him. He's done well to beat Shahrin. Unfortunately, looking for a teammate, he failed, as the ball was too high for Tomoyuki Doi. Nazrul Nazari hits the deck, and Hougang United have another set piece to threaten from. Referee Jansen Fu making his opinion clear that he will have none of that, as Hougang United have taken the free kick quickly this time. It's come all the way through to Farhan Zulkifli. Keyshawn Phillip. Shodai Nishikawa does well. Blake Rushuto looking for the run of Luis Junior. Nishiguchi to Blake. Blake Rushuto with 2 for company, and he's done ever so well, Rushuto. Luis Junior lays it off to Shodai Nishikawa, and Zaplin looking to take the sting out of the situation. Blake Rushuto has done ever so well. Luis Junior, and that's a shot. The Hougang defender threw himself at it, and Hougang have weathered the storm. And they will get us started again with the throw-in. Rio Nishiguchi, always a threat, scored the last time out against Hougang United. One of 4 goals he scored, Rio Nishiguchi, this season. He's also got 1 assist. And if you can pick up what's being said by the coaching staff, go Kishan go. That's the call from the Hougang coaching staff. Man who's just come on to replace Idraki Adnan, who had to limp off injured midway through the first half. Naufal lost possession of the ball. Blake looks for Shodai. Keyshawn Phillip did ever so well. And here come Hougang. Gilberto with Blake for company. To Fabian. All the way back to Anders. Afik. Afik knows done well. Gilberto lays it off. Farid Samit doesn't clear the ball. Eventually got in the way of Gilberto's shot. And at the second time for asking, the Jaguars captain has cleared the ball. Fabian Kwok did have his head in a very low position there. Almost too close to Rio's foot. Fidaus there playing ball boy as he passes it on to Delvinda. Let me have some water first, says Delvinda. It is a very hot Saturday evening here in Singapore. Just about 8 minutes left to go in the allocated 45 minutes in the first half. There might be some stoppages owing to the injury to Idraki earlier, as Lionel San had Luis Junior for company. Does call upon Anders to complete the clearance. Sharin does well to Farids. Rushaidi has Fatullah, opts for Farids. Fatul stay. That's the call now from the Tanjong Pagar United coaching staff. I must say, one of the benefits of these games being played with lesser fans is being privy to what's been said by the coaching staff. Shodai Nishikawa here will look to play the ball in. He's done well to look for Blake Rishuto. It's gone out though for Tanjong Pagar United corner. Let's have another look. Shodai Nishikawa, Afik no once again. The man on the middle of the park heads it away for another set piece. Is one Mahmoud looking to organize his charges ahead of this corner kick, which Rushaidi Salim will walk over to take for the Jaguars. Plenty of height in the box to aim for Ryo Nishiguchi. I think Blake Risciuto has shown himself to be pretty useful with his head a couple of times this season already. He's of course got 2 goals and 3 assists. Here comes Rushaidi's ball to the near post. And Hougang have somehow kept that in play as Gilberto completes the clearance to Keyshawn Phillip, who's got Delvin for company. And Rushaidi tussling with the ball. They haven't cleared their lines here, Hougang. Ryo Nishiguchi in the end with an errant pass. They've seen the ball gone out for a goal kick. Ryo Nishiguchi did get half a chance through that corner. Unfortunately, he wasn't in the way of the target or troubling is one. Lionel Tan to Anders Aplin. All the way through to Farhan Zulkifli. Back to Anders. To Lionel Tan. Is one who stepped up. I'm pretty sure fatigue is playing a part. Again, this is the first competitive fixture for Hougang United in over 2 months. Tanjong Pagar, of course, had their rescheduled game against the Young Lions last Saturday. So if anything, they had 1 extra game to gain some match fitness. Anders to his centre-back partner, Lionel Tan. Naufal fails to keep possession as Luis Junior does ever so well to unleash Ryo Nishiguchi. Is one again off his line quick. And he's picked out a teammate with that excellent clearance. Here come Hougang United. Tomiyuki Doi has a shot. Zarfan Rohaizat gathers the ball gratefully and looks to calm things down. Let's have another look. Nazrul Nazari laying it off for Tomiyuki Doi. Took the shot first time on his left leg. Not troubling Zarfan Rohaizat. Luis Junior. Keyshawn Phillip. Wants a foul, not given, as Tanjong Pagar keep possession of the ball. Launch it forward for Rio to chase. Lionel Tan not taking any chances. Unfortunately, Shodai has gathered possession for Tanjong Pagar as the live wire comes into the box. Tried to weasel his way through and then took the shot with his right leg. One of the easiest saves Iswan would have had to make in his career. Plays it short to Lionel Tan. Back to Iswan. To Anders Aplin. Farhan Zulkifli. Half-time now not far away, just over 2 minutes. Referee has his flag up, but Zarfan gathered anyway. Zarfan Rohaizat has been the busier of the 2 keepers, as the shot count suggests. Farid Samit to Luis Junior. And Aplin, first time as far as he can. Rushaidi picks out Nishiguchi in space. Nishiguchi looking to run into the middle. Afik Noor once again done an excellent job in the middle of the park. He's been all over the park, Afik Noor, in attack and in defense. Here's that chance, or half a chance, for Shodai Nishigawa, weaving into the box before taking a tame effort. That is one gathered. Sharin Sabrin exchanging passes with Zarfan Rohaizat. All the way to captain Farid Samit. It does look like we will have 1 minute of stoppage time as the first half draws to a close here at the Hougang Stadium. It's been more of a sparring contest in the first half. Both teams looking to knock off the mid-season cobwebs. No clear-cut chances, couple of half chances for Tomiyuki Doi. Ryo Nishiguchi looking for a teammate. And he's picked out Anaki Ismet, who's found himself in the box. But Nazrul Nazari did ever so well to deny Anaki a sniff in the box. It's not over yet, though, as Rushaidi has the ball and plays it in. The cross into the arms of Izwan. It does look like Nazrul Nazari has come off worse in his efforts to deny Anaki Ismet a chance. Confirmation then, just 1 minute of stoppage. That, in all likelihood, will have to be extended if Nazrul Nazari is not okay to continue. He does look to be back up on his feet, though. He will probably run it off and then attend to it at the break. Fabian Kwok, who missed the end of the first half of the season through injury, has clocked in 45 minutes since his return into the lineup today, as we get underway with Tanjong Pagar giving Hougang United the ball back. For Izwan to get us started again with a goal kick. And discipline. And that is that for the first half here at the Hougang Stadium. Mostly a sparring contest between the two. The battle of the big cats has yet to come to life, as Hougang United and Tanjong Pagar United both have failed to find a breakthrough in the first half. Still 45 minutes left to be played, and we will have all the action from the Hougang Stadium, including highlights from the first half, coming to you. So do stay with us as we bring you the first half. Second half, I do beg your pardon, very soon. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Hougang Stadium. It is half-time between Hougang United and Tanjong Pagar United. It remains goalless in the battle of the Big Cats between these two teams. There were a couple of half chances in the first half for both these teams. Let's have another look at the highlights from the first half. Here we go, Fabian Kwok with the ball. Gilberto looking for Doi. Unfortunately, he couldn't find the connection. Oh, goal number 15 of this season, Tomoyuki Doi. As that went just wide. It was mostly Hougang in the first half. Gilberto here picking out Naufal, who looked to play it for Tomoyuki Doi. He was making a real nuisance of himself, as he usually does, the Japanese striker. Afik No laid it off to Idraki. Once again, it was that man Doi in the box. Nothing came of it though. Tanjong Pagar living quite dangerously in that first half. Fabian Kwok again in the thick of things. Afik No with the speculative effort that went high and wide. First time Afik, who really put in a shift in the middle of the park in attack and in defense. This was perhaps the most clear-cut chance that Doi had. Laid off by Nazrul Nasari. He took the shot first time on his left leg. Unfortunately, lacked the sting to beat Zarfan Rohaizat. And then Shodai Nishikawa weaved his way into the box before unleashing what was rather a tame effort that Izwan gathered. Let's have a look at the halftime stats. I think the stats will confirm that Hougang United are the team in the ascendancy. There we go, 9 shots, 4 of which have been on target. 2 corners for Hougang, as compared to Tanjong Pagar, who had 5 shots, 3 of those on target, and just 1 corner. The other big news in the first half has been Idraki Adnan limping off with an injury. We do wish him well, and we do hope it's nothing too serious. He was replaced by Keyshawn Phillip. In the meantime, the second half is not too far away at the Hougang Stadium. We do hope you stay with us for the second half. We'll see you very soon. Once again, a very warm welcome to the Hougang Stadium. We are minutes away from the second half of the Battle of the Big Cats. It is goalless thus far between Hougang United and Tanjong Pagar United. I do thank you for your company on this Saturday evening. There has been some changes at halftime, specifically for the home team, Hougang United, who of course had to make one enforced substitution in the first half as Idraki Adnan limped off for Keyshawn Phillip. Since then though, it does look like Keyshawn Phillip himself is coming off for Shawal Anwar. Surely the under-23 ruling playing a part in that substitution. Nonetheless, Shawal Anwar has 3 assists this season, and he will provide some firepower as Hougang United, of course, are looking to apply pressure against the teams that are ahead of them in first and second in the table. Tanjong Pagar United as well will be looking to spring a surprise. They have Geylang International and Balestier Khalsa in their sights in the Singapore Premier League table. No changes to speak of for now for the away team. For the home team though, they have made the second of their substitutions. As you can see at the bottom of your picture, number 10, Shawal Anwar, has come on for Keyshawn Phillip, himself a first half substitute. Shawal Anwar with 3 assists this season. As Hougang United look to close the gap against the teams above them in the table in first and second. A win here today will send them within 2 points of league leaders Albrechts Niigata and just a point of second place Sailors. They have 45 minutes to turn 1 point into 3, and they have Tanjong Pagar United standing in the way. In your picture there, Jansen Fu, the match official, receives confirmation from the touchline to get us underway at the Hougang Stadium. Blake Rishuto with the early touch of the ball for Rio Nishiguchi. Luis Junior hits the deck. All fair, says the referee, as Naufal Azman bombs forward. Afiq Noor, a man who was in the thick of things in the first half, picks out Naufal, who's gone for the long-range effort that was way off target. In your picture there, Naufal Azman, the man who just looked to spring a surprise on the Tanjong Pagar goalkeeper, Zarfan Rohaizat. Way off target there by number 24. It does bode well for Tanjong Pagar that they've kept Hougang United at bay for most of the first half, although Tomoyuki Doi did really pester the Jaguars backline. Farhan Zulkifli with Fabian Kwok to Afiq Noor. Fatulah's done well to gather possession. Stern challenge from Captain Kwok in the middle of the park. It's come all the way to Rio Nishiguchi, who beats the man. I couldn't find a teammate. Shodai Nishikawa. Shawal Anwar, early touch of the ball since coming on as a second half substitute. Shawal Anwar was part of the national team contingent that went to the Middle East, and one of those players whose 2-month break wouldn't have seemed like a break if you include travel and quarantine. Nonetheless, he's come on in the second half and will be looking to add to his 3 assists. Rio Nishiguchi beats his man and looks to play the ball in. He's done well to play the ball in. That's gone all the way in. And it's Anaki Ismet who's got the goal. What a start to the second half for the Jaguars. That's the first goal of the season for Anaki Ismet, and it's the first goal of the day for the Jaguars. It's first blood, Tanjong Pagar. Rio Nishiguchi showing great industry before playing the ball in. Anaki Ismet in acres of space, headed the ball in, and look at that joy. There you have it. Rio Nishiguchi, Anaki Ismet, 1-0, Tanjong Pagar. A bit of a Cristiano Ronaldo-esque celebration from Anaki. I think it's his first top-flight goal and he clearly enjoyed it. Hougang here with all to do, the home team. They've had the problem of keeping clean sheets this season. Just 1 clean sheet in 11 games this season. And that's 1 in 12 now, having conceded early in the second half to Tanjong Pagar United. Anaki Ismail, of course, is one of the enforced changes since the team played Young Lions. Anaki coming in for Daniel Martins, and he's made an impact, I must say. Plenty of football left to be played. And I must say that opening goal really has brought this contest to life. It is a foul, says Jansen Fu. The man in your picture is the goal scorer, Anaki Ismet, number 12. As Tanjong Pagar look to pile on the pressure. Lionel Tan off the ball, sending Anaki to the deck. And that's given Tanjong Pagar a set-piece opportunity to take advantage of. Luis Junior and Rushaidi Salim standing on the ball. Luis Junior, of course, has 6 goals this season. Iswan will be upset that his debut clean sheet plans have gone down the drain. Luis Junior against the wall. And then into the grateful arms of Iswan. Farid Samit hit the ball all the way back to Zarfan Rohaizat. Tanjong Pagar, of course, have found themselves in this position before, holding a lead against Hougang United. If memory serves me right, they did that. They held the lead twice against Hougang in the clash at the Jurong East Stadium. Eventually, they had to settle for a point. They'll be hoping for much better today. And they've got 40 minutes of regulation time to hold on to their crucial lead. Shodai Nishikawa with Shawal Anwar. That's gone out of play for Tanjong Pagar. Shodai with a quick throw to Rio. Rio Nishiguchi, who now has 2 assists for the season to add to his 4 goals. Plays it short, Shodai. Blake Rishuto in an offside position. A couple of players contesting the decision. I'm not sure they had much of a case there, though. It's a time for calm heads, really, for the Jaguars. They look to hold on to this lead and what will eventually be, I'm sure, a Hougang onslaught. Afiq Noor launches it long. Shawal Anwar, adjudged to have been offside. Correctly so. The man in your picture, second assistant referee, Chan Kwok Wai. You can see Delvinder Singh, a real vocal presence in the Jaguars' backline. Famously, of course, one of the youngest ever players. And it's Afiq Noor's ball who come all the way through for Anders Aplin to play this back in. Zarfan punches it. Shawal Anwar looking to put it back in the box. Farid Samit with a half clearance. Rio Nishiguchi will complete the clearance. Nope, he's shown plenty of composure, the Japanese man, to keep possession of the ball before eventually launching it long. It's Iswan Mahmood who's gathered possession all the way through to Lionel Tan. Afiq Noor looking for the overlapping run of Farhan Zulkifli. Farhan's put the ball in. Rushaidi was taking no chances. With the opposition lurking in the back, Rushaidi was taking no chances. Have another look at this. Farhan Zulkifli with the ball. Naufal Azman was lurking at the back, and Rushaidi was keenly aware of that as he cleared the ball out for a corner kick. Afiq Noor with the ball in. Doesn't clear the first man as Rio Nishiguchi heads it. Nazrul Nazari looking for Andes. Has found Andes, who has Shodai Nishikawa for company. Shodai Nishikawa to Rio Nishiguchi. It does look like Fabian Kwok had a bit of the jersey. The referee has said play on as Asharin Sabrin finds himself in an attacking position. All the way back to Rushaidi, who looked for the sneaky run of Luis Junior. It is Luis Junior in possession of the ball now. He's got Nazrul Nazari for company. Looking to play the ball into the box, nothing came of it as Lionel Tan completes the clearance. Farid Samit has done ever so well. But Afiq Noor was on the scene, as he has been all evening. Afiq Noor to Shawal Anwar. That's half a chance for Tomiyuki Doi, who's hit the post. Can you believe it? The league's top scorer was clean through, but denied by the woodwork. And for the second time today, Tomiyuki Doi hits the post. He thought he had scored there. Zarfan was beaten. The woodwork came to the rescue. And Tanjong Pagar remain in the lead. Not for long though, Shawal Anwar. That was a big, big chance for the substitute. Afiq Noor played him in with a peach of a ball. Shawal Anwar though couldn't find the composure. Let's have another look. He asked for the ball, he received the ball in an onside position, controlled well. Unfortunately, skied his effort. As Tanjong Pagar are living dangerously at the moment. About an hour played here at the Hougang Stadium. And it's Tanjong Pagar United who have the lead. But at the moment, they're surviving the Hougang onslaught. With 30 minutes left to be played on match day 12 of the Singapore Premier League. It does look like Khairul Amri is stripped and ready to come on for Tanjong Pagar. In a short while, I'll have confirmation of that change. Tanjong Pagar, though, have some defending to do as Naufal Azman brings the ball forward. And Anaki Ismet adjudged to have fouled Naufal. And confirmation then of the change. It is Khairul Amri who's coming on for the goal scorer, Anaki Ismet. There you have it in your picture, veteran striker Khairul Amri, who's recovered from a fever and clearly found time to go to the barber as he prepares to come on for the goal scorer, Anaki Ismet. And if you can hear, there is a big cheer for Anaki Ismet, who's given his team something to hold on to as he comes off. It is a time for cool heads and composure as Tanjong Pagar look to hold on to this lead. As Anaki Ismet comes off and is correctly congratulated by Hazrin and No Alam Shah and the rest of the Tanjong Pagar backroom staff. Onto the pitch though. Tanjong Pagar have this set piece to defend. It is Tomiyuki Doi who stands over this. We've seen his prowess all season long. And boy, oh boy, do they need Doi now. Here we go, Tomoyuki Doi. With the shot, with the goal. An outstanding effort from Tomoyuki Doi. That's goal number 15 for the league's top scorer. And how about that? A simply outstanding effort from Hougang United's number 9 to draw his team level. Took his time, but boy was it worth the wait. How about that? Over the wall and into the net. Zarfan Rohaizat, no chance. It's all square at the Hougang United Stadium. Hougang United 1, Tanjong Pagar United 1. It's that man Doi who scored his 15th goal of the season. And I dare say that's one of the better ones he's scored all season. Fatullah on the ball here as Hougang will be wary of Tanjong Pagar, who've shown they can score. Izwan Mahmud gathers possession of the ball from that long-range effort. "63 minutes played at the Hougang Stadium, and this contest has really sprung to life in the second half. With 2 goals since we've resumed play in the second 45. First, Anaki Ismet giving the Jaguars the 1-0 lead before the home side, Hougang United, drew themselves level with an outstanding free kick from Tomoyuki Doi. Blake Risciuto hits the deck, and Gilberto Fortunato picks up the first yellow card of the day. Unsurprisingly, no ball, all man, and Gilberto goes into the book. Let's have another look. Lost possession of the ball, was eager to help his team out, unfortunately too eager, and referee Jensen Fu was having none of it. Rio Nishiguchi to Fatullah Rahmat to Delvinder Singh. Confirmation of the yellow card for Gilberto Fortunato. Khairul Amri clearly disagreeing with that decision. Nazrul Nazari in possession of the ball here, looking for Tomoyuki Doi. Gave his teammate too much to do there. As Delvinder gathers possession for Tanjong Pagar, he has Gilberto for company. Fabian Kwok has done ever so well to retrieve the ball for Hougang. Captain Kwok in possession of the ball. Unfortunately, that ball forward was to no one as it goes out for Tanjong Pagar United goal kick. Confirmation of the yellow card. It is Hougang United who've got the day's only yellow card. Now foul to Gilberto. Gilberto looking for Doi. Again, that tussle between Risciuto and Gilberto. Gilberto's come up tops, took a shot, and Zarfan was taking no chances, got an arm to it. He urges his defense to close down the attack. Gilberto once again showing great strength to beat off Risciuto and then take the effort. Zarfan was taking no chances, got a palm to it. As Hougang come again, Nazrul Nazari with an inviting ball into the box that's eventually cleared. Khairul Amri lays it off to Sharin Sabrin. Asking a lot of Shodai Nishikawa. He's done well to get possession of the ball, Shodai. Shodai Nishikawa's laid it off to Luis Junior. That's right, you need a goal, you call Luis Junior. That's goal number 7 for the man who was always going to be a threat. On the counter-attack, Shodai Nishikawa to Ryo Nishiguchi with the dummy. Luis Junior, first-time effort. Let's have another look on his left foot. Bang, thank you very much. That's Tanjong Pagar United who lead again. It's 2-1 to Tanjong Pagar United. And it's Luis Junior with goal number 7 to give the Jaguars the lead with just over 24 minutes left to be played in this contest. If you thought Hougang United would pile on the momentum after getting the equalizer, it's proved otherwise, as Luis Junior has flipped the script to give the Jaguars the lead. Farid Samit. Oh, there's a bit of afters between Tomoyuki Doi and Farid Samit. So shows you the heat of the contest. And Jansen Fu is quickly on the scene. And you can hear the shouts from the bench to focus. Once again, Khairul Amri on hand. Jansen Fu trying to keep a lid on things. If you're just joining us for Soccer Saturday, you've joined us at a very good time. This contest is really reaching a boil, with Tanjong Pagar United holding a slender lead. And Hougang United are going to make a change. It is Hafiz Abu Sujad who's come on for Naufal Azman.
Substitution for Hougang United FC, player number 24, Naufal Azman, is replaced by player number 8, Hafiz Abu Sujad.
Hafiz Abu Sujad is a man who scored 2 goals thus far this season. And Hougang would love to see him score a 3rd as they look to peg the Jaguars back. A judge to have been a foul as Hafiz Abu Sujad chases this down. Sharon Sabrin got a touch before Farid Samit completed the clearance. It's Nazrul Nazari and Rushaidi Salim tussling for the ball. Khairul Amri hits the deck. Does seem to be in a spot of bother. And I think Jansen Fu has taken the smart decision to call for the water break, just to take the sting out of this contest slightly, as it does threaten to boil over between both the teams. As you can see at the bottom of your picture, Jansen Fu with a word of caution that's been dished out to the coaching staff, Hazrin Jalani and Nolam Shah, just to keep their players in check. The good news, though, is Khairul Amri is up and running. Nothing too serious in the way of that injury. And as the sun sets here at the Hougang Stadium, the temperature is certainly rising on the pitch. Hougang United, of course, have the chance, I do beg your pardon, to close the gap at the top, and they have 20 minutes to do that. Tanjong Pagar, though, have come here to fight their own battles as they look to pick up what will only be their 2nd win of the season. A look at the Tanjong Pagar United bench. They do have the likes of Emric Ong, Raihan Rahman and Amirul Emran to come on. All the way forward. And as Applin completes the clearance. Hafiz Abu Sujad, the man who's just joined the fray. Afiq Noor to Nazrul Nazari. Nazrul Nazari, not rushing things, plays it all the way back to Lionel Tan. Izwan Mahmood, who hasn't had a debut to remember, conceding 2 goals. None of which was really his fault, as Luis Junior sends Nazrul Nazari to the deck. And they're just going to wait for Nazrul to return to his feet. Have a look at the challenge. Yep, once again, all player, no ball, Luis Junior. No argument from him. And he was aware exactly what he was doing. As Hougang United get us underway, is one with the long ball forward. Shodai Nishikawa kicks it out for a throw-in. Doesn't go out for a throw-in, kept in play as Zarfan Rohaizat with a half punch away. As Farhan Zulkifli gathers possession for Hougang. Anders looking to take matter into his own hands. And he's won a corner for his efforts. The ball going off Shodai Nishikawa. Just under 18 minutes left to be played in regulation time here at the Hougang Stadium. And this is a contest that's really come to life in the second half. Hafiz Abu Sujad with the ball in. And the Zeppelin couldn't direct his header. In the end, it was a header off target. Hafiz Abu Sujad with the ball all the way to the back post. Anders found himself in space. I'm not sure if you are picking us up at home on the microphones, but we can hear Hazrin Jailani urging his players to show composure. No need to go forward. Stay back is the call, I'm assuming, to his fullbacks as they look to hold on to what is a slender but crucial advantage. Ball was in play as Luis Junior continues. Play to the whistle, they say, and he's done just that. Faris Ahmed launches this long. And it does look like Hougang United will be throwing the kitchen sink in their search for an equalizer and then hopefully something more, with Gilberto Fortunato joining Tomoyuki Doi in a very, very attacking position. But now, though, they need to defend, and it's Luis Junior who's picked up Khairul Amri, who stayed on side. And the Zeppelin on the scene to deny Nishiguchi a touch of the ball in the box. Once again, you can hear Hazrin Jailani on the touchline urging his players to show composure. He's seen it all before, Hazrin Jailani. Tanjong Pagar United, of course, led 3-2 going into the 90th minute at Jurong East and had to settle for a point. Hazrin Jailani wants his team to go one better today, and they've got 15 minutes of regulation time to hold on to as Rushaidi Salim stands over this corner kick. And that's the ball that's looking for Blake Rishuto. And it does look like it's touched a Hougang player on the way out. As Tanjong Pagar continue to keep the ball in the Hougang half, which is exactly where they will want it to be. And it's Rushaidi Salim who's making the long walk across to the other corner flag to dispatch the corner kick. Here comes Rushaidi. Nishiguchi doesn't get a touch on the ball, but it stays in play. Gilberto Fortunato quick off his line to clear the ball and launch this ball forward for Hougang. Tomoyuki Doi in possession of the ball, looking for Gilberto, has found him. That's a yellow card for Rushaidi Salim, who I'm sure knew what he was doing when he brought Gilberto down to the deck. There we go. Slightly clumsy. And I believe the term we're looking for is a professional foul as he takes a yellow card. One for the team, the Jaguars will argue. As Hougang come forward, Hafiz Abu Sujad adjudged to have been offside. Referee had his flag up early to signal the offside as Zarfan Rohaizat looks to get us underway. Confirmation of the booking there. Rushaidi Salim with the day's second yellow card. Lionel Tan, a judge to have been too tasty in his challenge with Khairul Amri. And Amri again has hit the deck. You can see Hazrin Jalani having a word with the fourth official, urging for more protection for his players. Jensen Fu, of course, is the man in the middle, and he has the final say. And I'm sure this contest will only get hotter as we approach the final 10 minutes. All the way through to Nazrul Nazari. Gilberto looking for the run of Hafiz Abu Sujad. And again, Tanjong Pagar have done ever so well to marshal that ball out of danger. Shodai Nishikawa completes the clearance. What a shift Shodai Nishikawa has put in. We've become used to Shodai Nishikawa making a real presence of himself down the flank. He toils up and down throughout the game. And he's been outstanding in his work down that flank today. That's the ball for Nishi Gucci to chase in a foot race with Anders Appelin. He's done ever so well. Unfortunately, the touch evaded him right at the death. And he couldn't pick out his teammate, Luis Junior, who was advancing. Lionel Tan looking to lead the push for Hougang United. Launches it to Doi, doesn't find him. Luis Junior has gathered possession to Rushaidi Salim. Hafiz Abu Sujad with the sliding tackle all the way back to Izwan. It does look like Lionel Tan is in a spot of bother. I'll keep you abreast of that injury news. But for now, though, Farid Samit has done ever so well to keep Tomoyuki Doi in check. His clearance, though, goes only as far as Nazrul Nazari. Afiq no. Farid Samit looking for Khairul Amri. Couldn't keep possession of the ball, and Shawal Anwar picked up on the loose ball. Farhan Zulkifli to Anders. There's your man Lionel Tan. As you can see, he's limping, and it'll be interesting to see if he can continue. The break in play does provide Lionel Tan a chance to run across to the physio. Just about 9 minutes of regulation time left to be played in what would be a famous victory for Tanjong Pagar United. Going into today's game, Hougang were unbeaten in their last 6 league encounters against the Jaguars. The last time Hougang lost to Tanjong Pagar was way back in 2013. To put things in context, we are in 2021. That's 8 long years. Since then, though, of course, Tanjong Pagar have stepped out of top flight football and made their return. And they've had 1 win since they returned to top flight football. That came this season against the Young Lions. And they're now 10 minutes away from possibly picking up another win. Hafiz Abu Sujad, for the second time in quick succession, finds himself offside. As Luis Junior gets us underway. Luis Junior has Lionel Tan for company. That's an outstanding ball for Nishiguchi. And here's one Mahmoud denying Nishiguchi. And you can see Izwan is not happy with his defenders. That was a chance to give his team some breathing space, and Nishiguchi could not find the back of the net. It is, though, a corner for Tanjong Pagar as Rushaidi Salim comes over for the set piece. The corner count there, 6 to Hougang and 4 to Tanjong Pagar. As Rushaidi's ball comes all the way through. And it's gone out for a goal kick, says the referee. And it's taken quickly as Delvinder launches it long for Zarfan to chase and hold on to. Nazrul Nazari was on the scene. Let's have another look. Eyes on the ball. Unfortunately, coming together with the goalkeeper. And it does look like Zarfan is back on his feet. Good to see the players exchange pleasantries before moving on. It's good to see the football being played in the proper spirit, I must say. As Zarfan Rohaizat gets us underway. And he launches it long this time, looking for Khairul Amri, who's flicked it on only as far as a Hougang United player, though, as Farhan Zulkifli passes it back to Izwan. To Lionel Tan, and we can see Lionel Tan grimacing as he runs. He is clearly in a spot of bother as the game reaches the closing stages. Lionel Tan, of course, only just returning from injury. Did miss out on the closing stages of the first half of the season. Recovered over the 2-month break and was thrown back into the lineup today. And you can see, after 80 competitive minutes in the Singapore Premier League, Lionel Tan does look to be in some pain. That's not the only thing Hougang have to worry about in the here and now. They are chasing the game. They find themselves 1 goal down to Tanjong Pagar United, who have a 2-1 lead as we approach the closing stages here at the Hougang Stadium. Khairul Amri to Luis Junior, who's taken a shot. That is one denied and then gathered at the second time of asking. Fabian to Afik. To Hafiz. To Nazrul. Afik looking for his teammate. Rushaidi got in the way of the pass, and Hougang will come again through this throw-in. Let's have a look at the chance for Luis Junior on his left leg. Stinging effort that stung the palms of Izwan, who then gathered the second time of asking. Afik no lays it off to Nazrul Nazari. Nazrul to Doi, who took the shot from range, off target this time though, for the man who's already scored once today to draw his team level. Took possession of the ball and only had one thing in his mind. Unfortunately for him, it was high and wide. As we approach the final 5 minutes here at the Hougang Stadium. Plenty can change in a short amount of time. So do stick with us for these final few minutes at the Hougang Stadium. Sharon Sabrin on the case to clear the ball. Shodai Nishikawa tries to keep it in play, does well. As Amri sends it back to him. And it's Amri on the ball. Shodai to Blake. And Discipline did ever so well. And then Lionel Tan completes the clearance. Then we go all the way back into the grateful arms of Zarfan Rohaizat. who unsurprisingly is in no rush to get things underway. Does eventually as Doi closes in. And for those of you tuning in, it does look like we'll have 5 minutes of stoppage time. 5 minutes for Tanjong Pagar to hold on to what would be a seismic victory in the Singapore Premier League. It'll only be their second victory since returning to top flight football. And more importantly, it'll throw a major spanner in the works for Hougang United. All that said, with 5 minutes added on, there's about 8 minutes left to play at the Hougang Stadium. And Tanjong Pagar have to hang on for dear lives. Clementio did complain that the 2-month break had put the handbrake on his team's momentum and prep. And it does seem like it's come in the way of their title tilt as Ryo Nishiguchi looks to finish the story here. And he's done ever so well. Ryo Nishiguchi with goal number 5. And that goal might just seal all 3 points for Tanjong Pagar United here at the Hougang Stadium. Ryo Nishiguchi with goal number 5 of the season. How about this? Beat the player on his left foot, in off the bar. He loves a goal against Hougang, and he's done it again, Ryo Nishiguchi.
Goal for Tanjong Pagar United FC, player number 9, Ryo Nishiguchi.
A third goal for Rio. A third goal for Tanjong Pagar United, and a 5th goal of the season for Ryo Nishiguchi. And that provides a cushion for Tanjong Pagar United. To hold on to as we head into the final few minutes. I do beg your pardon, I have been misinformed. It is 4 minutes of stoppage time that Hougang have to salvage something from this game. 4 minutes for Tanjong Pagar to hold on for what will be a famous win at Hougang United's expense. Hafiz Abu Sujad yet to make a real impact since coming on. Tomiyuki Doi. Nazrul Nazari. Gilberto with the ball in. Sharin fluffed his lines as Tomiyuki Doi has possession of the ball in the box. Looking for the dinking effort to go into the bottom corner. Unfortunately, not this time for Tomiyuki Doi. Only had sight for goal. Unfortunately, couldn't find the bottom corner as he wished. As we complete the regulation 90 minutes and move into the 4 minutes of stoppage time.
4 minutes.
Afiq Noor with the ball forward for Shawal Anwar. Zafran Rohaizat has come out a long way. And he's eventually gathered possession. And you can see what this means. Delvinder Singh immediately coming over to hug his goalkeeper. He did put the Tanjong Pagar fans in a bit of a spot of bother for a short while, but eventually gathered the ball for his team. Confirmation of the goal scorer in the 88th minute, Ryo Nishiguchi scored Tanjong Pagar's 3rd. It's what put them on course for a famous win at the expense of Hougang United. Luis Junior in possession of the ball. Back to Rushaidi Salim. Fatullah Rahmat, what a shift he's put in. Gilberto looking to play Doi through once again. Zarfan Rohaizat, quick off his line, clears the ball. And it's Nazrul Nazari who will get us underway with the throw-in. And there seems to be a substitution in the offing for Tanjong Pagar United, surely to wind the clock down. As Hougang look to pile on the pressure. Everything and the kitchen sink is being thrown at Tanjong Pagar. Zarfan Raizat should gather this. He doesn't come for it eventually as Farid Samit is on the scene. Captain Farid Samit completes the clearance. And there is about to be a substitution before this throw-in is to be taken. It is Suhairi Sabri. He will come on for Luis Junior. Luis Junior is a man who's made his mark on this game today. Scored his 7th goal of the season. And comes off to rapturous applause as Suhairi Sabri comes in to just shore things up as we approach the final 90 seconds. Zarfan Raizat springing to his right to deny Hougang United. It is a corner kick though. Hafiz Abu Sujat with the ball in. It was Shawal Anwar. And it does look like Zarfan Raizat eventually got his fingertips to that. It does look like the clock will be against Hougang as Hafiz Abu Sujat puts this ball in. Gilberto and a Zaplin. Khairul Amri, composure for you, composure for you. That is what Tanjong Pagar need as they look to close in on a crucial 3 points. Rushaidi Salim can't deny the ball going in. Shawal Anwar and Zarfan Rohaizat will gather possession and just calm things down. Launches it long, Zarfan Rohaizat. Farhan Zulkifli has Rio Nishiguchi for company. And he has Khairul Amri, who could put a seal on proceedings. And it's Khairul Amri with the goal. Look at what it means to him. Look at what it means to his team. Tanjong Pagar United have come to the Hougang Stadium and left the cheaters in their wake. What a crucial result this is going to be, both for the bottom half and the top half of the table. Khairul Amri, found by substitute Suhairi Sabri. How about that for the finish? Off the bench, onto the score sheet. Khairul Amri makes it 4-1 to the Jaguars. This was billed as the battle of the big cats. And I must say it's the Jaguars who've come out on top. And how? You can hear the coaching staff saying, well done guys, well done. I think most of the fans in attendance will agree. And that is that at the Hougang Stadium. Hougang United have succumbed to a 4-1 loss to Tanjong Pagar United. The smiles and the celebrations tell you everything. Hazrin Jelani has masterminded an outstanding win for the Jaguars. Hougang United's push at the top of the table has taken a hit. Tanjong Pagar United's aims of closing in for Geylang and Balestier is clearly up and running. Hazlin Jelani exchanging pleasantries with his opposite number. Remember, this is only the 2nd win for Tanjong Pagar United this season, as well as since they resumed joining the big boys in the top flight of the Singapore Premier League. Look at what it means to the boys in blue and white today. The Jaguars arrived at the Hougang Stadium with a game plan. It was goalless at half-time, and then this game really sprung to life with 5 goals in the second half. Anaki Ismit first gave Tanjong Pagar the lead. And look before Tomoyuki Doi drew his team level. And then it was a one-way traffic as Luis Junior made it 2-1. Nishiguchi made it 3-1. And then the proverbial icing on the cake was added by Khairul Amri, who made it 4-1 late into stoppage time to secure a famous win for the Jaguars. High fives all round. Noel, I'm sure at the bottom of your picture. Tanjong Pagar have long said it's about growth, it's about learning. Let's have another look at all the goals. Rio Nishiguchi with the ball in. Anaki Ismet got the ball rolling, giving Tanjong Pagar United the lead after 48 minutes. Anaki Ismet, the youngster, with his first goal this season, and look at what he meant to him. Nishiguchi, the architect, Ismet with the goal. And it was 1-0 Tanjong Pagar at this point.
Goal for Tanjong Pagar United FC, scored by player number 2.
Hougang United, though, were always going to pose a threat, and it was Tomoyuki Doi who threatened through this right leg effort that came off the woodwork. That man Doi, though, was not to be denied, as he eventually found a way past Zarfan Rohaizat. And how about this to draw things level? Tomoyuki Doi with goal number 15 of the season to draw his team level. Over the wall, into the back of the net. And at this point, the momentum was firmly in Hougang's way. Tanjong Pagar clearly didn't get the memo as Shodai Nishikawa set up Luis Junior, who made it 2-1 with his 7th goal of the season. And the smiles tell you all as Shodai Nishikawa, once again a man known for his industry, set up Luis Junior to give the Jaguars the lead for the 2nd time today. And then, as Hougang plied forward, looking for an equalizer, Rio Nishiguchi did this. Left line Ultan for dead. Left leg effort into the back of the net. Goal number 5 of the season, 3rd of the day for the Jaguars. And it was Tanjong Pagar much in the ascendancy with a 3-1 lead. And Nishiguchi wasn't done, as he pestered and pestered. And Suhairi Sabri set up Khairul Amri with the easiest of finishes to seal the deal for Tanjong Pagar, who made it 4-1 and sealed all 3 points, and crucially, their 2nd win of the season. Let's have a look at the full-time stats here at the Hougang Stadium. The shot count suggests that Hougang had 19 and Tanjong Pagar had 14, but more importantly, Tanjong Pagar had 10 on target. They scored 4 of those. And it really told us how much this competition came into life in the 2nd half. Let's have a look at what it means for the standings. Have a look at that. Tanjong Pagar have climbed up to 5th, leapfrogging Balestier Khalsa and Geylang International, who play tomorrow. As for Hougang United, they went to close the gap at the top of the table. Unfortunately for them, they now sit 4 points adrift of 2nd place Lion City Sailors and 5 points adrift of league leaders Albirex Niigata. 9 more games to play. Plenty of twists and turns, I'm sure, left in the Singapore Premier League. There you have it, confirmation of the final game on match day 12. Geylang International take on Balestier Khalsa at our Tampines hub. Kickoff is at 5:30. Our coverage will begin at 5:20, and Rish Roshan Rai will be with you for that game. So do join us for the coverage across the Singapore Premier League Facebook page and the AIA OnePlay Facebook page. In the here and now, though, it's a famous night for the Jaguars, who've come out on top in the battle of the big cats. It's Tanjong Pagar 4, Hougang United 1. Thank you so much for your company.
Macam exam kan hujung tahun. First day datang bodoh, hujung tahun baru pandai.
Can we record?
Sini sikit boleh?
Okey, background ada player apa?
Okey, cantik sikit lah.